Joining us on the show is Mr. Mark Okoye, the MD of ANSIPPA, the organizers of the Anambra Investment Summit. Good day, Mark. How are you doing?
I'm good. Hi, Foma. How are you doing?
All right. Glad to have you. Sorry on some of the technical issues we had that caused some delay. We will have you again to share more insights on all that is happening. But Anambra is saying it's open for business, is ready, and have signed about 13 MOUs from the Ikenga City to the Solution ICT Center, or, tell us more about it and what are the opportunities for investors with all that has happened so far.
Well, I think what happened on Thursday last week was a clear statement of intent by the government and led by the governor, basically speaking to our people, speaking to the business community, speaking to the global community, the diaspora, that Anambra is open and ready for business. It wasn't a talk shop. It was one where we invited the world, and essentially we were signing deals that you would see over the next 2-3 months. You start following the implementation of those deals. And those deals touch on creation of industrial parks, creation of pharmaceutical parks, creation of the enabling infrastructure, transportation infrastructure that is required. All of these different projects at different stages. Some of them at pre-feasibility stage, some of them at feasibility stage. But clearly, and to wrap it all up, obviously the arrangement with Afia, where we're discussing 3 components with them. One is a project preparation facility to help us work with us on these projects, to get them to bankability. 2 is the debt financing program. And 3 is the novel sort of initiative that we want to test the market with, which is the Diaspora Investment Fund. We believe that our people already invest in their communities, already give a lot back home, but can we do this in a more structured fashion? Can we channel this to critical infrastructure projects? You hear the stories of how the Owerri Airport was funded, and we think that we can we can leverage some of those concepts and expand them, put some proper structure and mechanisms around them, and get them to do more impactful infrastructure projects that will serve the state and serve the people. Obviously, in the build-up to the summit, we did work closely with the local investors, the importers. We have a very clear program on imports to production and then exports. So we had a very extensive discussion with the biggest importers in Anambra with one simple question: what are those things you want us to do for you? What are those things that you would like for the state to do to ensure that you bring your partners from Southeast Asia down to Anambra to set up your businesses and your factories? Then with the clear, obviously, target of how to export to the African market and all the other countries that typically get products. Because things are getting more expensive there. And for now, with the exchange rate, Nigeria seems cheaper and more affordable. So it's essentially how are we preparing ourselves for what will then come forward.
All right, tell us a little bit before we just round off about the Solution ICT District. Is it already on ground, or it's something that is going to be built? And what does it hold for young people in Anambra State and within the southeastern region?
Okay, thank you very much, Ifoma, for that question. It's a very interesting concept, very interesting policy of government. For anybody who's picked up the solution agenda, a people's manifesto, you would see that there was a very clear target that we said we want to train 5,000 problem solvers and innovators who will form part of the new digital tribe that then prepares Anambra State for the 4th Industrial Revolution and the 5th also. So what we did, we set up an office called the Office of Business Incubation and Innovation that is being headed by Ms. Chinwe Okoli, who has done excellent work in Raw Hub where she used to work, and today now she's driving that. And we have a brand new innovation hub right on the express, right after Government House to your right. It's called The Destination. That's the building it's in. It's on 3 levels. So you have co-working spaces there, over 300 computers there, people who can rent spaces. You can use there as your head office also. And that's just a taste of what is to come. I'm sure you know very well that the Government House is being built in Kweme Square axis. So Government House moves to that area in the next 12 months. Whereas what we will then be doing with the 19.7 hectare land is to completely convert it into what we call the Solution Innovation District. That would have, it will be a mixed-use development. It will have residential development, it will have commercial real estate, it will have shopping malls, it will have, because it's right in the center of town, but at the same time, it will also have room for innovation hubs and for startups to come and set up their offices. There are discussions to see how we can make this an innovation free trade zone, such that there are incentives when you set up your business there. You get access, you're right in that community and ecosystem. There'll also be the role of the academia and how we want to play with them. So for us, it's at the point where we're done with the concept design, and we're going through the procurement process to put the state innovation hub right in that location.
All right. Thank you very much, Mark. We will be connecting with you again for more insights on all that is coming up in Anambra State. Thank you so much for the insights that you have shared.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Forma. Thank you, and have a good day.
All right. You too.